Let's bring in VETCOM founder and U.S. Marine Corps veteran Kate Monroe, along with former acting Homeland Security Secretary Chad Wolf. Thank you both for coming on. I want to put these back on the screen just so we have some clarity on what the designation is. The U.S. designates cartels as terrorist organizations. We're talking about Tren de Aragua, MS-13, Sinaloa Cartel, Jalisco Zetas, Gulf Cartels, Cartel Unidos, and La Nueva Familia Michoacana. I mean, you look at these things and it's kind of amazing. And I want to play some sound from an expert who's got his take on what might happen now and next.
Let's say Sinaloa Cartel is now designated as a narco-terrorist organization equal to that of Al-Qaeda or ISIS. This now allows the CIA to initiate their own mitigation efforts against those organizations. It could be against their transportation networks, it could be against their money laundering aspects.
I mean, the cartels have got to be, Chad Wolf, reassessing their strategy.
Oh, without a doubt. I think this is a clear signal by President Trump and his team that it's not going to be business as usual. And again, as you know, identifying these as foreign terrorist organizations not only allows unique and different authorities that you would otherwise have, but it's a whole of government effort, right? It's not just a law enforcement effort. It's the intelligence community and others start to get involved in this fight. It's exactly the right thing to do, because of the human trafficking and the illegal narcotics that we've seen all of these groups really partake in particularly over the last 4 years, in growing in strength and power. And I think President Trump has said enough is enough, and he's taking this unique action to do something different.
And you talk about unique action. I want to put up some video. These are the Reaper drones we've been talking about, Kate Monroe. And you put these drones up, right? They are not weaponized. We should point that out. This is kind of for surveillance mostly. But you have the Reaper drones, and then you have President Trump talking about the drones, being asked about that today. Watch.
What can you tell us about the CIA drone flights over Mexico? Is this the next step in the war against the cartel?
Well, we're going to see. We're dealing with Mexico. I have a very good relationship with Mexico, but I think Mexico is largely run by the cartels, and that's a sad thing to say. And if they wanted help with that, we'd give them help.
I mean, the cartels are on notice now, Kate.
I think everybody's on notice. I love it. You know, I live down in San Diego in a super sanctuary city now. I've been down to the border many times. Right. I've told you several times, you see people coming over, 30 people with the same luggage. You know damn well what's in that luggage. So I love this for America. I was one of the first people to say, send the troops down to the border. Now we have the Marines down there. We got the drones in the sky. We are doing a full assault surveillance on them. And I love that because that's putting them on notice to say, hey, we're not going to tolerate this behavior anymore. Yeah, it's amazing. Meantime, I want to go to this. This is the Coast Guard press release from tonight, Chad Wolf. It reads as follows, quoting here, the crew of the Coast Guard cutter Haddock interdicted 20 aliens aboard a 30-foot Ponga-style vessel approximately 21 miles off of Point Loma. Of course, that is the San Diego area. I mean, you talk about both Mexican and Chinese nationals aboard this Ponga boat, Chad Wolf. It kind of an indication that it's difficult these days to cross the border.
Well, it is difficult. Look, this is that route up to San Diego in Southern California and the Pacific Ocean is a common route that we see a lot of smugglers, and Coast Guard is very active. CBP, Air and Marine operations are very active in that area. But so it continues, whether it's on land or in sea. What we know is that the cartels and others are going to continue to push individuals out there unless the United States Coast Guard, CBP, and other law enforcement continue to be active, and they will under President Trump. And I think, you know, look, they're going to continue to try and find unique ways to get people across that border, but I think our law enforcement are up to the challenge.
Yeah, it really is. It's kind of amazing. And FoxNews.com writes the following here. Chilean migrants charged in Travis Kelce, Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow multi-million-dollar heist. It goes on to read 7 migrants from Chile have been charged in connection with a nationwide spree of burglaries that victimized high-profile athletes, including Travis Kelce and Patrick Mahomes. And I bring this up because, one, it's interesting because you have some big names involved here. But, two, it's kind of a part and parcel of the bigger picture, which is that in the first month of this administration, they have been hugely successful when it comes to immigration.
They've been amazingly successful. I mean, you feel like he's already been in office for a year. It's been about 5 minutes, and look what they have already accomplished. And it's sad that, what's getting publicity is that these multimillionaires were showing that they were robbed. But there's people in San Diego that migrants are camping out in their backyard, robbing them during the day. There's been young women assaulted, children that had been killed and slain. I am so impressed with this administration's stance that they've taken. They said what they would do, and now we see them doing it. I love Tom Homan for going to round up all of these criminals. We need to get them out of our country and protect our national security.
Kate Monroe, Chad Wolf, thank you both. And coming up, horrifying news about